shopgear.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
Welcome back, Rock Soldiers. This is Robbie Vegas, and another great episode of All Bets Are Off. And before I tell you who we have dropping by today, I just want to say thank you to all of you listeners because we are picking up steam. It's been a great ride so far, and we are having a blast. So today we have a man who I've shared a locker room with multiple times, and he's a great guy. Love having him around, love talking to him. And today you get to listen in on one of those conversations. We have former Impact star Jesse Neal swinging by today to talk about his time training at Team 3D and, of course, his time teaming with Shannon Moore and Inc. So let's get Jesse on the phone here and see what he wants on the phone here and see what... All right, Jesse, so just to start, I just want to thank you for taking time out of your day to do this with us today. Truly appreciate having you, man.
Oh, no problem, man. I always appreciate whenever I get to run my mouth publicly.
All right, fair enough. It's been a minute since I got to talk to you, but glad to be doing this with you. So I want to take this back to your very beginnings, man. So tell me when you fell in love with pro wrestling to begin with.
Well, I mean, I was like everybody else. You know, I always watched it when I was a little kid and stuff, but I never really, you know, really got into it until I was older and pretty much seen what it was for what it really is. You know, like I got into the stories and stuff like that. And then I went off to the military and stuff like that. I never thought about I could actually be an athlete or be a wrestler, or, you know what I mean? Because I was always that little kid in school growing up, never made it good in sports or anything like that. But in the military, I started training my ass off, really. And got out, went through a bunch of shit because of the military. And then after that, while I was in, we'd always throw parties at my house and stuff like that. Like, the boys would get together from the ship and stuff. We'd have some steaks and beers and stuff like that. And then, and always talk about wrestling. And I was always like, man, that'd be fucking great if I got to wrestle and this and that. So, it was never really, I'm going to be a wrestler one day. But honestly, after that, after the bombing and stuff like that, a lot of shit went through my head and stuff, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to do it. You know, it was just a dream, but I'm going to make it happen. And then all of a sudden found Team 3D Academy in Kissimmee, Florida, and the rest is history.
Okay. And you said that, in the military, and I believe from conversations that me and you have had in the locker room that you were in the Navy, right?
Yes.
And
I was in the Navy. I served on board the USS Cole. And
that's what you meant when you said the bombing?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I was, my ship got bombed October 12, 2000. And, that kind of, like, I was in the Navy. I wanted to be in the Navy. I never had even a doubt in my mind that I would leave the Navy until that happened.
Okay, so that was your goal. That's what took you to the Navy, is you had your eyes set on that. It had nothing to do with wrestling at all at that point.
Oh, no, not at that point, no. Wrestling was just one of those things I watched on TV, and it was always, back in my day, we didn't become celebrity YouTubers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it was like, all right, those guys are famous, okay, cool. I'm not even an athlete. So here I come, Navy.
Okay, gotcha. Now you said you trained at Team 3D. So what year did you start training? And can you tell us a little bit about what that was like training at the 3D Academy?
Man, I'll tell you, I started there at 2007, I think it was now. Shit, that was forever ago. But man, I'll tell you, as soon as I got there, I thought it was a joke because I drove in the back. It's in the back lot of a gym, okay? And I've lived here my entire life, and I've never heard of this place. Gotcha. But I heard of the gym with the big barbell in the front and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, let me go over there and check it out. So I go over there and check this place out, and I'm like, where the hell is it? I just see a gym. So I'm going around back. And there's this door, and I think it said some kind of massage something. I'm like, is this like a gimmick? Like, is this funny? Like, somebody playing a joke on me or something? So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. So I go in, and the first person I meet right there to shake my hand was Bubba Ray Dudley. So I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, okay, this is real then. All right, cool. I sat down. I maybe had like a 5-10 minute conversation, showed me around a little bit, met some of the boys, and I'm like, here's my money. Let's start. Never look back since.
Awesome. And who else was in the class that you were training in? Anybody notable came out of that class with you?
Sam Shaw, he just got signed. He came a little bit after the first class, but he was a part of the first class. Mm-hmm. So he was with us all up and down the road, out of that first group out of Team 3D Academy. Jay Rios, I don't know what they're going by now, man. They're going by so many names now. Cruz, I remember when they were the Bendejos. That shit was funny as hell. We just had fun out of there, and these guys are all over the place now. They're in Mexico, they're in Canada, they're overseas now, and it's like we were just nobodies, you know what I mean, right off the streets, not even knowing how to do a bump, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's it's pretty unique to see, because I've been in 12 years now, and it's I love seeing these guys venture off into doing their own little things, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And what was the training schedule like for you guys? How intense was it?
Oh, it was insane, man. It was worse than boot camp, man. Holy shit, it was insane. There was days I left that damn school cussing and yelling and screaming and hitting my steering wheel, saying I'm never coming back. But of course, the very next day I come back. That's just the way it was. It was one of the hardest things I ever went through and put myself through mentally and physically. I mean, it's not just you can beat your body up so bad where you can get used to it, but not anybody can get ready for it mentally, and Bubba and Devon definitely set that up for us.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, early on in your career, you got signed to Impact pretty quickly, right?
Yeah, I was very lucky, very fortunate for that. I was exactly what they say in the business, in the right place at the right time. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? I had a story. I had a look. I was 240 pounds. I was ready to go. Bubba and Devon, Bubba beat me down the way I needed to be. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was literally going in and out of TNA, doing whatever they needed me to do. I did some commercial thing, I think, with Samoa Joe. That was my very first thing with TNA. But I was there, got my butt whooped, and had a smile on my face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And did what I had to do. So it was funny because WWE was looking at me at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And this was a long time ago. This was back in 2008, I think it was. And I actually got this is before NXT, and this is before, all this procedure shit now. Mm-hmm. But back then it was just, hey, we want to take a look at you, show up here. So I think it was an extra spot or something like that. But then TNA's like, hey, we want to sign you. I'm like, okay, I don't have anything in my hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where's the paperwork? Is this how the business is ran? I ain't one of those verbal guys. I've already been, raped on the indie scene, as they say. You know what I mean? So I already get it. So I'm like, I need something in writing, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Bubba called me up, said, hey, man, they want to offer you a contract. I said, cool, I'm going to take it. So I took that because I felt that I could grow with TNA, and if I needed to move on, I could move on. And so.
And now looking back on that decision, you still stand by that? You're happy with that decision that you made?
What's that, signing with TNA?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't regret ever signing with TNA. It helped me get what I needed to get out of the business. I met so many great guys on that roster. The whole time I was there, I never once felt that, I didn't belong or anything like that. Those guys there, man, they were awesome. That roster during that time was unstoppable, man. We were getting better ratings than anybody else, man. It was great. It was fun. It was exciting. Hell, we didn't even know what was going on the next day. You know what I mean? That's how good it was. But, hey, the powers that be in wrestling,
you're right.
They got to destroy everything.
So that actually kind of leads me to my next question. So when you were with Impact or TNA at the time, you formed a tag team with Shannon Moore called Inc. Was that like a brainchild of you and Shannon, or did you guys just kind of get put together? Were you friends outside of Impact, and that's how it came about? Walk me through that.
See, what was great about that is ever since Shannon came in, you got to understand, here, let me set the platform here for you. So the scene was this. It was right before Hogan was coming in and his crew, right? So I never met Shannon. I watched him at the last WrestleMania. in Orlando, and I think it was 24 or something like that. WrestleMania 24. It was the first one they had in Orlando.
Okay.
And I went to that one. I actually seen him wrestle in the Battle Royal and stuff there. So it's like I never even really met him. So so it was me, Bubba, Devon, and Rhino. We formed a group. We were bringing back the old ECW type atmosphere and this and that. This is when we were going nuts, just beat the shit out of everything, you know. And Bubba was beating the shit out of me still for some reason. And it was fun. And so then all of a sudden Hogan and everybody comes in, and I'm not realizing what's going on because I'm a rookie, you know. I'm still wet behind the ears type of deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But if I was at WCW when WWE came in, you know, I'd be like, oh, okay, what the fuck? What's going on? That's kind of how that's how it felt. You know what I mean? Like, right. Fuck. Am I not a wrestler no more? Like, what's going on? And then I seen Shannon and Jeff come up. We had no clue. Like, I had no idea. You know what I mean? That's how new I was. I didn't even know how to get the inside scoop on the inside scoop. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
That's how new I was. I didn't fucking know what I was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there like, ooh, we get free catering? Really? Wow. That's awesome. You know what I mean?
It makes sense, though, because you got signed almost immediately, so you were still very green.
I didn't fucking know anything, bro. I was doing literally the fucking formula spot match that I learned fucking 2 months into wrestling in fucking McClenny, Florida. And you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Right.
But here's the thing, though. I knew the fundamentals. I knew exactly what I needed to know. I knew the foundation, you know, that we were taught, that we were told to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I grew from there, and it's awesome because it's actually a great experience to actually tell new kids right out of the boot, you know what I mean, that's never even had a spotlight or anything, that literally, man, I got yanked right out of it. So that tells you, no matter if you have the heart or if you think that, oh, I don't have a body or I don't have this or I don't have that, I'm not that cookie cutter motherfucker that WWE's looking for. Mm-hmm. Don't fucking worry about that, man. I wasn't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was the exact opposite what they were looking for at the time. They were looking for John Cena number 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's huge.
If I had a normal haircut and no tattoos, I'd be up there with him, tagging with him or something, maybe.
Yeah, could be. Oh, man.
But it was great. I mean, it was a great time. And then, long story short, it's already long. But when the moment Jeff and Shannon drove up in that Lamborghini, Shannon popped out. I go, fuck. there goes my Mohawk tattoo look. Fuck my story, because they don't really give a shit about that right now. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? So, but Shannon was awesome. This was backstage. The first day he was there, we shook hands. He was looking at me. We were talking pretty much the whole tapings that first time. And I think right before the very first tapings, we sat down at the table, man. I remember it. And we just started talking. We were just starting shooting shit back and forth, man. And all these ideas started flowing about Ink and kind of the attitude, what we want to do and what we've been wanting to do and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, cool. So you would say the birth of it all was.
You have power?
Oops,
okay.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
So
I'm doing my weekend drawing and stuff like that. I usually meditate on the weekends now, and like I didn't have any shows, so it's time to relax this weekend. So all I do is paint and draw and stuff like that now. So
that's awesome. Very cool, man.
Yeah.
So just to wrap up on the Ink thing, so it was you didn't know Shannon prior, but when you did get together with him, it was kind of the brainchild of what you and him both saw.
Yeah, it's kind of our vision, like what we were doing. And literally every single taping was just us chit-chatting and bullshitting and stuff like that, and just throwing ideas back and forth, you know what I mean? And then, like, it branched off and TNA loved it. They liked what we had going on, but you know how that goes when it's not their idea, and you know what I mean? It's just, I mean, I don't know. It was fun. It was great. I honestly don't handle politics very well, as you can tell on my Facebook. I can give two shits. Like, I could care less. And even in the business, like, I could tell WWE, I could tell TNA, I could tell Ring of Honor, whoever. Everybody that knows me in the business, knows that I'm all about respect, especially in the business from day one. I don't give a shit. If I have something to say about somebody, I'll say it on right in their face or something at a show or something like that. If I have have a problem. Which I don't have a problem with anybody because I don't really give a shit. Because I go to wrestling, I entertain, I go to have fun, I get a little bit of change. That's awesome for gas money and food, and I go home and I have a blast. You know what I mean? And it's fun. And I'm saying a message during it and stuff. I don't know where I'm going with this, but
hey, I was just going to let you roll, man. Keep going.
Yeah, the wrestling business is getting complicated. Oh, I was talking about the politic thing. It's getting too stupid. Like it was getting dumb for me. I didn't know the politics stuff in TNA. I was literally that new where I was just like, man, I love this business. I'm giving everything I got to this business. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's the stage of that was the frame of mind I was in the whole time in TNA. No matter how, oh, Jesse, you're not on this house show because of a stupid fucking reason. Or, oh, Jesse, you're not going overseas, but your tag partner is for some stupid fucking reason. You know what I mean? I was like, whatever, I don't care. I'm just glad I'm a part of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't even give a shit. I didn't speak up when I was probably supposed to sometimes, but I don't know. It's like that politic gang shit, man. I don't like it. I like calling it straight down the fucking narrow, and that's it, man. I don't give a shit what side of the border you're on. I don't give a flying fuck. We're all humans, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So now when you left TNA, was that your decision, their decision, mutual agreement? What was that?
Well, it was kind of stupid because a lot of people, I'm the type of person that keeps things, in the pocket, most things in my back pocket, but a lot of people got the wrong message when I left TNA. I had 2 years left of my contract.
Oh, okay.
But I asked for my release. I seen where TNA was going. A lot of us were talking backstage. Some of us even knew, and I went up to, and me and Shannon, we weren't doing well on TV or anything. It was like, what are we doing? We're barely being used. And I was like, I need to do something. Let me try to be proactive. You know what I mean? So it was at a taping, or no, it was a live event. I caught up with Bruce Pritchard. Mm-hmm. I met up with him. I'm like, hey sir, I just wanted to catch you real quick. I know everything's all busy and this and that. I'm like, hey man, I want to talk to you guys and see what I can do to make myself more profitable. Mm-hmm. He goes, okay, cool, man. He's like, I'm glad you came to me. He's like, I'm gonna give you a call this week. Okay, cool, great, man, thank you. And I run off. It's live, man. Everything's fucking running everywhere. Everybody's busy, right?
Right.
So I go home from live shit. I'm just sitting there. We even do a taping. Nothing's said. Nothing's talked about. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? So I call him up and said he was going to call me back or some shit. I don't know. It was a weird fucking month of like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I get on the phone with him and he says, I'm glad you came to me. He goes, unfortunately, Jesse, you don't have a look. You need a better looking body and you need a lot more training.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And bro, this is when I was fucking, you've seen abs. I was 240 pounds. And I'm like, don't get me wrong. The funniest thing, this was my third year, the end of my third year in TNA. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I was still training at Team 3D Academy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was still there, dude. You gotta understand, wrestling was my life.
Yeah.
Like every single day, I was all wrestling. That was it. I lived off wrestling. I made a living off of wrestling. So that's all it was hitting the gym, training in the ring, helping the young boys come up, working my ass off at Team 3D. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Working my ass off on even indie shows, even helping the young boys come up and stuff. I did everything. And Bruce Pritchard, TNA, had no clue of anything. I even told him, I go, hey man, you said I need more training, but I actually train at Team 3D Academy still here at, in Kissimmee, Florida. He said he wasn't aware of Team 3D Academy.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I don't care. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? Because to me, bro, it's nothing's personal to me in wrestling. It's all business, and that's fine with me.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like is that they wanted to send me up to OVW, which was fine. Even though I was still training down here, that's still fine. I don't care. Mm-hmm. OVW would be awesome to work for.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That'd be an honor, man. A lot of fucking greats have come out of that fucking school. You know what I mean? So, of course, I would want to go there. So, but the only problem was, that's in Kentucky, and I actually live in Florida, and TNA was 3 months late on my paychecks.
Oh, wow.
So how the fuck am I supposed to move everything I'm ever known and everything I've ever been at on a whim to go to OVW, have no idea where anything is or nothing, and 3 months late on my paycheck.
Right.
I can't even physically do that. If it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I even told him that. I'm like, man, listen, bro, I'm like, TNA's late on my check. You know, I can't move up there. I don't have the money. Like, I can give two shits about that. I love the training. That's awesome. That's all I was doing at the time anyways.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That had just been more free training, man. Shit, yeah. Hell yeah. And plus, it would have given me more opportunity to be on TV more, which I was paid by appearance.
Okay.
So I would be stupid to turn that opportunity down.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I can't go up there and do it if I didn't have no money to move myself up there.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, when did you need this? You need this decision? He's like, well, Jesse, I need it kind of like yesterday. I was like, okay, no problem. You know, wrestling's always hurry up. So that's fine. I'm like, give me one night. Let me think about it. Let me try to pull some shit together and stuff like that. He's like, all right, cool. Well, I couldn't pull nothing together. So I was like, you know what? I got to ask for my release because this ain't worth it to me. I'm spending more money than fucking making. So I was taught by some of the best people in this fucking business. If you're spending more money than you're making, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I had to make dude, it was, I can't tell you how hard of a decision. I wanted this my entire life, just to be a second on TV for a certain reason that people can't even fathom right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So to give that up, 2 more years on my contract, just to give it up and ask for my release was a huge decision on my part. Like, it was bad. Like,
wow.
I didn't want to make that decision, but I couldn't afford it. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense to me. That had to be real tough on you. So how did you end up dealing with that?
It sucked, man. I was depressed. I was alone because, my fiance at the time left me and shit. We broke up a little bit there, of course, troubled waters, everything happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's like everything hit me all at once. I left, and a lot of people don't know this shit either. I lost my house. I lost everything. I lost my vehicle. I lost everything.
Wow.
Like, I hit rock bottom. Of course, I didn't get into drugs and alcohol and shit like that or anything. It's just I kept my mouth shut and I disappeared a bit. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
I concentrated on myself. A lot of great friends. A few great friends helped me out big time. Like, and I stayed with Snake Master, one of my great friends down south. I stayed with him for like 8-9 months in Miami because I had nowhere else to go. But I didn't make this shit public. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys that seeks, sympathy from people. Yeah. I sucked it up and kept moving on.
Now, at the time, were you trying to put feelers out towards WWE again since they showed interest in you, years prior? Were you trying to get back in contact there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I never once tried to get back to TNA at this time at all. I never tried to suggest any new ideas I had or anything to TNA because I literally wiped the slate clean with them. I'm like, I'm done. Bye. You know what I mean? When I walked away from them. And of course I was feeling out with WWE the whole time. It was a funny story. I got a lot of them apparently, especially when it comes to wrestling.
Let it roll.
So, and it's true too. And I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. It's honest and it's funny as shit. So they can laugh or whatever they want. I don't give a shit. So when I was down in Miami, I stayed down there with Snake Master a bit, Dana Beach, all down there, Fort Lauderdale. I was hanging out, Miami. I was all over the place there, wrestling all down South Florida. So I was just like, man, I'm in great shape. I had an 8-pack. I was lean. I was jumping and flipping and flopping all over the damn place, killing myself on indie shows and shit. And I'm like, man, I'm in the best shape of my life. I need a change. It's time to push the envelope. So I happened to get Triple H's phone number.
Okay. That's not something you hear very often.
No, not at all. So I don't know if the next chain of events happened the way I think it is or whatever, but I didn't give a shit at this point. I was living off somebody's couch, man. And I love Snake Master to death, and I know he'll probably hear this, and I hate your fucking bird, man. The whole time I was down there, that damn bird would fucking make a noise, man, all the time. But anyways, that was a nightmare. I wanted to get out of there. But anyway, I love him to death. I mean, I love you, Snake Master. Anyways, he saved my life. But anyways, I got this phone number, right? And I sat on it for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm like, I was always taught respect the business, but I was always taught to push the fucking envelope when it needs to be pushed. And I had no food, I had no money, I had no nothing, you know what I mean? Like, they were looking for my truck to repo the motherfucker. Like, it was bad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just needed to hold on to my truck just one more month, just so I can get to doing what I'm doing and shit, you know? So all of a sudden, I'm standing in Snake Master's driveway, and I'm just at my end. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I pull out my phone, and I call Triple H.
Wow.
And, of course, it goes to voicemail. I don't know if it was his real voicemail or what, but it was an automated thing, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go with this. You know what I mean? So I cut a 1-minute promo right when it beeped, and it was exactly 1 minute. I didn't even mean to or nothing. I literally, not a promo like, hey, brother, hire me, motherfucker, you know, nothing like that. Nothing. It was all respectful, of course. It was just a 1 minute quick, hey, sir, blah, 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 blah. This is me. And then a couple days later, I think it was, I got a phone call from him. Not from Triple H, but from WWE.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was the natural train of events and just a coincidence, which I don't know how that would be a coincidence, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So things lined up, things lined up real good with me, right then and there. It made me feel good. It brought me back up, I started eating like a normal human being. You know what I mean? So that was the start of my WWE journey, you know what I'm saying? So, I did some tryouts, I did extra stuff. I mean, I was at the tryout end of 2013, I think it was. Okay. I was doing extra spots. I was doing all kinds of shit, and then I did a tryout. Well, Ty Dillinger was there. Sean Spears now, he's out of WWE. He was there. Kalisto, Bull James was there. Like all kinds of guys that got signed. Like six guys got signed out of this tryout. And this is my luck, man. So the tryout, 3-day tryout. It's going great. I'm hype. I'm in it. You know what I mean? Like, everything's going great. The drills are going. It's killer because Bill DeMont, he's an amazing human being. Amazing human being. He will push you and show you the best you can be. Like, there ain't enough trainers like him out there. But I can't talk nothing better than I can't even talk better to that guy. Like, I can't even talk good about him. This guy, man, if we had more coaches like him, we would have better fucking wrestlers out there, if I can't say it any plainer.
All right, fair enough.
Shit. God damn, that's what I'm trying to get out. Shit. Yeah, we need more coaches like that. Anyways, he was there, everybody was there. We, like 6, 7 of us, I think, went to the other room on the last day. Everything's good. Vibes are great. We're like, yeah, we're going to get signed or some shit. I don't know. They're taking pictures of us in gear on the 3rd day, so it's only a few of us. Mm-hmm. So we're like, okay, they're doing something. Who knows what they're doing? Is WWE. It's that nervous wreck feeling. And tired and all that at once because I can't even move because I'm like a lot older than all them fuckers inside my body because my joints hurt so damn bad. But it was fun, man. It was great. I even literally, nobody knows this, but I sat outside that tryout that last day for over an hour just looking at that building at FCW in Tampa.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I just sat there, man, just because I thought about the stuff that we could accomplish. You know what I mean? The messages, the image, the everything, the story, the everything just anything and everything. You know what I mean? Just an inspiring wrestler. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it meant something. And I'm the only motherfucker that didn't get a yes or no.
You didn't get either.
I didn't get either.
Wow.
I didn't get paid for the shit.
So what you're telling me is you're still waiting.
I'm still waiting, damn it. Vince, call me.
Well, we know Vince McMahon and Triple H are listening to this podcast. I know it. So,
yes.
Jesse Neal, he needs a yes or a no.
Call me, bruh. No, it was honestly, even, I'll tell you what, even if I stopped wrestling this second, man, I would never take anything back. Everything, WWE showed me nothing but great hospitality when I even went there. Mm-hmm. I mean, the experiences with TNA, the good and the bad, it doesn't even matter. The bad wasn't even that bad, man. TNA went on a whim with me. I was a nobody. You know what I mean? And they hired a nobody. And look at all this experience because of what I did with TNA.
Right.
So I can't never take that back. I don't hate nobody in the business. I don't regret nothing in the business. I'm not one of them bitter fucks. I'm very honest, and I'm blunt honest. So, but
yeah, but we, when I first met you, you could tell in the locker room, you're an honest dude, but you're a good dude at the same time. And
well, I try to be. I just try to keep it fun.
Yeah. I mean, you were always up for, giving advice and hanging out with any of us. So, that was always much appreciated. So now, since then, you've just been hitting the indies, man. And I got to know, like, is there anything about the indies that you would say you've enjoyed better than Impact or anything like that? Or is it just a totally different monster altogether?
Well, that's actually a very good question, because honestly, I can't say it's better, but it's kind of evolved and morphed into something I never even really thought I could become, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like TNA gave me basically, let's say this in my form of my stupidity brain, because I graduated high school, people. Okay, I'm not that smart though. So basically, TNA grabbed the rocket and shoved it up my ass, right? But they didn't light it. It wasn't time yet. So when I fucking went through what I went through with TNA, it kind of sparked something. It sparked the fuse a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. So as soon as that happened, I lost everything. And somebody told me something right before I made my decision with TNA. And that man I'll respect till the day I die, no matter how big of an asshole he is. I love him to death. He's my wrestling father, Bubba Ray Dudley.
Gotcha. Okay.
That guy, I respect him through and through. Even though he's an asshole and he beat the shit out of me, but I learned so much from him. I learned so much from him. But he gave me the best advice, and he said that before you make the decision, realize that it's going to get rough. He said, you have no idea how bad it's going to get. Okay, he said, think of the worst, and it's going to get worse. But you know what? It's going to be worth it.
That is solid advice. Wow.
So, I hit rock bottom. I mean, was that rock bottom for me? I don't know. Because honestly, I kind of feel it now. But it just depends on where the high is. You know what I mean? Like if I get that call tomorrow or something, there's my high, great. Yeah. But it's the whole story and the whole thing of keep going. You know what I mean? Keep pushing and stuff like that. Like that's what Bubba gave me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Through wrestling. Wrestling kind of morphed into real life type shit for me too. You know what I mean? Because that's all I did. Yeah. And then now I'm at a stage where, and you were talking about the indies, which, man, I've learned so much more in the indies. It kind of lit that fire under me. You know what I mean? And now I'm doing shit I never even thought I could be doing, even character-wise, acting-wise, like what WWE said they always wanted. I was the nervous wreck doing it for them back then when they were doing the tryouts and shit. But now I'm living it. Like, I don't even try to do it. I just live it now, and it's so natural to me, and it's fun for me. Now I'm trying to, go into commercials or movies, or I'm up for anything now because and what I've learned through wrestling. And it started all from Team 3D Academy, TNA, and the whole road up to it. Now, like me and Shannon last year, we finished our storyline. We finished the Ink saga.
That's incredible. That's awesome.
And unfortunately, it's bad that it wasn't put on air like what we wanted TNA to do.
Right, yeah.
But it's fine. And I look at it, hey, it's business. I actually liked it better because we were on the indies and we put some really fucking great shit together. And honestly, the matches we put in, it wouldn't fit on TV. They wouldn't have gave us that time, which is understandable. That's fine. That's business. That's the thing with me. I'm not talking negative. It's just business, and I completely understand it, and that's fine with me.
Right.
We moved on, and we made something so much great out of it. And I got a buddy of mine. He's actually going to start editing literally 6 months of indies and promos and segments and stuff all together because it's been in my head since we left TNA.
That's huge.
You know what I mean? And we put it out there. We put it out there, and the lucky fans in Cocoa, Florida, if you want to call them lucky, they got to see it. They got to see it right in front of their face. Right. From here to Orlando, me and Shannon beat the shit out of each other. Like, we did shit. Like, this motherfucker, man, he rock bottomed me through a fucking ladder from the top rope on one of our matches.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Then in one match, that same match, I speared the shit out of Lindsay and Shannon in a ladder.
Wow.
Like, we have a ladder match that nobody really seen. Not yet, anyways.
So that will be coming.
Once my buddy puts all this shit together, now I'm not trying to, measure my cock or anything like that. I'm sitting here saying that this is storytelling, and the fans deserve to hear it. I'm not charging for that shit. I'm editing it, I'm putting it all together, and I'm going to give it to them. Because, the wrestling fans, our world deserves stuff like that.
And now
because they weren't told that.
Now you have more creative freedom to do it your way. Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun. And don't get me wrong, I understand the business side of it. But I'm not there yet. Or whatever.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like here, I can do whatever the fuck I want until I sign that dotted line, or if I ever sign that dotted line.
Right.
And I like it now because I'm literally feeling out what I'm really capable of. And then, if I ever do get to, WWE or AEW or anywhere else, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They can pull me back to where they need me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as of right now, I'm having fun, and a lot of people are learning shit. I'm learning shit every show, and it's great. It's good.
That's huge, man. I'm very happy for you. I truly am. And I have a feeling I know that one of your answers to this is Shannon Moore, but can you tell us who some of your favorite opponents have been over the years?
Well, yeah, since we were just talking about Shannon Moore, he's been a lot of fun lately since I got to wrestle him instead of tagging with him. Yeah. But I mean, tagging matches with him was amazing. Like I said before, it was, I was brand new, and he took me under his wing and taught me a lot of stuff on the road. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for Shannon, I guarantee you I wouldn't have gone half as far as I gone in TNA without Shannon. Like, that's how much Shannon was great to me. Yeah. But opponent wise, I mean, with me and him, obviously Bubba and Devon, those table matches that we did, oh my God, ECW Arena, God, like right across the street, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking forgetting everything now. The Hammerstein Ballroom.
Yeah,
like the Hammerstein Ballroom, are you kidding me, bro? Like, all right, I'm gonna mark out for a quick second, all right? Then
go for it.
Me. So, Bubba and Devon fucking 3D'd me through a table in the Hammerstein Ballroom, bro. Like,
yeah, that's big.
And then beat the shit out of me in the ECW Arena. Now, not just being a mark for that, but it's earning the respect of the fans during all this too, and that's why these matches meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
Because the ECW fans up in New York, that's why in New York, they fucking love me, man. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that they're one of the hardest fucking crowds to get over on or boo or whatever, get into it. That's why they're so great. They bring the best out of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Like, the fans are a big part of it because they bring the best out of the fucking wrestlers. And if that doesn't work, then the wrestler shouldn't be a fucking wrestler then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why their being opponent or whatever would be way up there. You know what I mean? So those guys, I mean, Beer Money, we had great pay-per-view matches with these guys. Like, I was a nervous wreck before pay-per-view matches, but being out there with Storm and Bobby Roode, man, they're vets, man. They're awesome. It was natural out there. Motor Machine Guns. I remember this one show we did at a fairgrounds. It started raining and shit. D-Lo was the agent. He comes up to us. He's like, "Hey, man, none of that high-flying stuff, man." It was wet. And, man, we were going to do some cool shit because we have done a lot of cool shit with Motor Machine Guns, man. Yeah. But this one, man, we were slipping and sliding and shit. Literally at the end of the match, we were just having a blast with the fans. Like, those kind of matches are fun, and you can't do fun matches without great guys like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're amazing people to work with. Single, I mean, I haven't really worked singles much in TNA. I mean, not that I can remember anyway. Shit, I've been hitting the head a lot last couple of years. I've had a lot more concussions since TNA too.
That's indie wrestling right there.
Yeah, I mean, but I have a lot of great, like, I've worked Storm on the indies here in Florida. I mean, Storm's great, always to work with. Singles or tag, like guys that should be up there on TV, like Vordell Walker, Sam Shaw, he just got picked up, thankfully. Yeah. There's so many guys, like I'm working, I mean, this month I'm doing some crazy stuff, man. I don't even know. My matches are becoming insane because this month I'm actually working Jack Swagger.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, at the end of the month in Orlando, Florida. Now that's actually got me in the gym training again.
Yeah, right.
This guy's a beast, man. What do you?
He is. He really is. I was on a show with him last summer, and he's a big boy, and he is in great shape.
Well, see, here's the thing. I actually called for this match, and I've been wanting this match for a very long time, and the fans actually finally spoke up, and I do got some more things for the fans here in Florida, because here's the other thing with me, too, is I interact with the fans so much down here in Florida. I make them a part of it, because honestly, I'll give you the real on me and Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger's going to bring the best out of me.
Yeah.
If it's going to bring the best out of me one last time, then so be it. Mm-hmm. But this is a test in my head. You know what I mean? He's one hell of a competitor. He looks amazing. He's very respectful. He's got a hell of a backstory. That's the stuff I'm looking at. You know what I mean? The story that we can tell together. The message that we can portray. You know, the wrestling business is our platform, so I literally use that every match now, every promo. Mm-hmm. Because it's not just about wrestling. It's about us.
Right, absolutely.
So, and that's what I try to bring out. And then I got some other matches coming up. I can't say it, but it's huge for me. So,
all right.
Some people have always wanted to wrestle. So,
well, staying in that same vein, I don't know if you can or want to give any of those away, but one of my questions here was: are there any dream matches that you're still trying to have? Is there anybody on your list that you really like to reach out and do something big with?
I mean, I'm not kissing ass or anything like that, but there's a couple of guys still I would love to work, but they're up in WWE right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, there's some AEW guys. I would really like to get in there with AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, I got in there a couple of times on the house shows and stuff like that with him, but he's just an amazing talent to be around. I wrestled Kenny Omega. Like, something to do on TV would be great with him, because I've actually wrestled him in Canada. Had like a great outside match. Like, we went outside. We worked on the fly, man. We were just having fun, entertaining, and we were doing some fun shit. So it'd always be good to get back in there with him. Mm-hmm. And being the dream match is at my level of education in the wrestling business right now. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I feel that I wasn't prepared the first time round, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And now I feel like I'm in my comfort zone. I know who I am and stuff like it, in and out of the ring. So I feel like I'm more of a pro wrestler, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. It does.
And that way, I think I would make like really good dream matches. I mean, I've been doing a lot of hardcore shit lately. Mm-hmm. Obviously the biggest name around right now is John Moxley and what he does. I mean, me and him could have a killer hardcore match. That could definitely draw around here. But, you know, stuff like that would be fun. And I'm just looking for fun stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fun stuff to look outside the box, because that, like I said before, that's our platform. Like, nobody knows. That's our blank canvas. You know what I mean? And I have the paintbrush in my hand.
Awesome, man. That's a great way to put it. And do you have, would you say, this will probably be a tough question because you've been doing this a long time, but is there a match that you've already had that you would consider your favorite match?
You know, I've been asked that a lot, and I really can't pinpoint it, and I always just say certain matches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yep.
Like, I mean, what me and Shannon did. And the reason why I would pick, if I had to pick one and it just be just one, it would probably be one of the ones we did with Shannon, just because we flowed, man. Yeah. We didn't need to talk. We didn't have to plot or plan. We had a story in our head. We agreed. We knew each other inside and out. I mean, we could probably do some really cool shit from beyond then, too. But, I had one match I always bring up. I did it. It was I think it was right after my tryout with WWE. Yeah. I did it down south. I think it was Deerfield or something, Deer Beach or it was right by Dana Beach down there. Mm-hmm. It's one of those towns that's on the tip of your tongue. You can't really say it. Anyways, down there, we ain't got time. It's down there. I wrestled. Fuck, I don't know. What did Ricky go by back then? Ricky Martinez, or he didn't go by Pitbull now. He goes by a different name now, but Ricky Martinez, man, he's one of my good friends for a very long time. One of my, not friends, but brothers. He's a family, man. We're family, man. And this guy, we bring the best out of each other, too, because I'm not... usually I'm not one of them cruiserweight spot guy gimmicks, you know what I mean? Like, usually.
Yeah.
But this guy, I like how I wrestle because I kind of form my style around whoever the hell I'm wrestling a little bit. You know what I mean? To bring out their highlights and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
But what Ricky brought out in me, man, was awesome. Like, we had so much fun in that ring. We flowed. We didn't have to really chat. We were literally making jokes in the ring, and we were fucking running, man. We were doing all kinds of stuff, man. It was crazy. It was a great match, and it never seen. It was on YouTube and stuff, and it was a fun match. That's why it always sticks out in my head. We always end up talking about it on shows too. Every time we do a show, we always end up talking about it. You know how it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course. Of course. So I guess now what I want you to do is just tell us what's next for you, man. Like, the mic is yours at this point. So whatever you got coming up, plug your social media, whatever big matches you want to talk about. I just want you to wrap this up with letting us know what's going on with you and what you want us to know.
Well, I mean, I really appreciate the time to come out here and spill everything out of my mouth and my brain on your show.
Of course, man.
It's been an honor, man. I really appreciate it. And what I say is I really mean it. I don't do that whole spiel about, the whole ramble about everybody else does the same shit. No, I mean it, man. And here's the reason why. It's because it's with a message. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm just a simple guy, man. I'm just a simple guy trying to do a lot of fun shit. and it's kind of been working a little bit. But, I got a lot of good matches coming up. Like I said earlier, Swagger, like, that's going to be a true honor just to step foot in the ring with him. Me and him had kind of an interaction type of deal. Plus, man, when I was coming up just training, I was watching what he was doing on WWE and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, with the whole American thing, We the People, I think it's great. Because right now in my hometown, St. Cloud, Florida, I work at a local gym. I'm just being normal. You know what I mean? Just helping people around the community and stuff. I grew up in this town. They gave me a key to the city, for crying out loud. Oh, wow. So it's like, I feel like I can do some good with that too. And I'm involving wrestling as well. Like, even with the local St. Cloud High School, I'm trying to get in touch with the youth group, the football sports youth, and maybe run some shows for them to help raise money and stuff like that, just to give back to my high school that I graduated from. Just get more into home community and stuff like that, man. Maybe I feel like I could be a big part here in hometown. So I don't know. We'll see what's going on with that. Just doing a lot of positive things every day, man. I'm into painting, like I said before. Doing some constructive shit, man, instead of beating my face in. But it's fun, man. I love still going out there. Like I said, I got some matches coming up. I got some that I can't say right now. I got one big match that I can't say because I don't want to jinx, and I really want to make it happen. But you'll know when you see it, when I start posting it. But I'm all over social media, guys. Twitter is the Jesse Neal. Facebook, I think, is Book Jesse Neal. What's the other big ones? Instagram, yeah, the Jesse Neal. I don't know. I just post stuff everywhere. I don't really get into that social media stuff, but just keep your eye out, man, because I'm all about the message and just be you. That's all it's about.
All right, man. Cool. And listen, thank you again, because I do truly appreciate this. And, I always enjoy getting a chance to talk to you, and I'm sure it won't be that far down the road where I run into you in a locker room somewhere sometime again. So,
hell yeah. That's the great thing about the wrestling business.
Yeah,
it's a
right.
Small world.
Right. Very true, man. So thank you very much. I just want to, really want you to know that I appreciated this, man.
No worries, brother. It's been an honor, man. I appreciate the time.
All right, man. You have a good one.
All right, brother.
All right, Rock Soldiers. So that was an awesome interview with Jesse Neal. A lot of great stories, and I'm sure he's got a ton more. We will probably have to have him on again, because that was just awesome for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Always a pleasure to talk to Jesse. And I do want to remind you all, my gym goers, wrestlers, whatever you may be into, please check out the link for Insane Labs. Use code RVegas30 to save yourself 50% on your entire order: supplements, vitamins, protein, whatever you need, we got it. Never looked better, never felt better. This is a great product. I'm going to keep pushing it on you guys until you try it. And don't forget to subscribe and rate the show. And we do want to hear from you, so let us know what you think of our interviews. And we will see you next time, Rock Soldiers.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Do you like sports, interactive polls, friendly banter from two guys that probably shouldn't even be on the microphone doing this stuff anyways? Well, if you do, then you're in luck. Us two knuckleheads, Brandon and myself, comprise the Listen In Podcast. That's right, Listen In, the podcast. We're talking sports, we're talking news, we're talking topical things, we're talking all sorts of things, my babies, and you are all invited to listen in right here on the Gear Radio Network.